This came across my timeline a couple days ago. I don't remember the exact date, just because, dude, I am so bad with dates. Absolutely atrocious. I don't remember. I literally don't remember anything. I don't remember doctor's appointments. I don't remember dentist appointments. I only remember birthdays if someone reminds me about them a couple of days beforehand. I'm the worst. But at any rate, Marc Stein tweeted out his Substack link, and he was talking about how there is notable noise coming through on the James Harden trade front about his openness to relocating. And I am just like, I don't think that Marc Stein is a bullshit reporter, but this is a bullshit report. Okay. The timing of this is, of course, quite convenient. We're a month away from the trade deadline. The Sixers are looking to move Ben Simmons. There have been reports circulating about Harden getting traded to Philly to reunite with general manager Daryl Morey, and of course to have him fill the role that Ben Simmons would have held. But like, at least if you're gonna talk about this, like, make it a little bit more inconspicuous. This was posted on Yahoo. It was aggregated from Stein, who I think had the original report courtesy of an NBC Sports Philadelphia reporter. So again, it just seems mighty coincidental that James Harden is open to relocating this summer. It's happening on January 18th. Again, a month ahead of trade season, when Daryl Morey is probably frantically calling any team to try to offload Ben Simmons, because the Sixers, they need help. Joel Embiid needs help. They've got a solid team underneath him with Danny Green, Matisse Thybulle, Seth Curry, Tobias Harris, but that team is built around Joel Embiid and another star. And currently, they don't have that other star. Between draft obligations and pick swap rights from the blockbuster James Harden trade a year ago, the Houston Rockets effectively control any first round assets from the Brooklyn Nets through 2027. That's why the latest wave of uncertainty regarding the Nets and Harden, who can become a free agent as soon as this offseason, is so intriguing. In his Substack newsletter, longtime NBA insider Marc Stein reports, it must be noted that there is enough noise circulating league-wide about Harden's reported openness to relocation this summer. Now, if there's anything I know about how the NBA rumor mill works and how a lot of these reports come out, is that this right here, enough noise circulating, it is literally one person. One person can fart on their laptop, and that is the report, right? I'm not trying to, discredit any up and coming reporters, but it's gotten to a point where, like, if Woj Shams isn't tweeting it, it's it's bullshit. At least in my eyes. I know it makes it more fun when there are more reports going around, but anyway, I just want to continue with this article. Such a relocation wouldn't directly involve Houston in all likelihood. Harden is 33 years old, and the Rockets are rebuilding around young players like 19-year-old rookies Jalen Green and Alperen Sengun. Also, Christian Wood is there, of course. Eric Gordon, not sure how he plays into that, but maybe they flip him for somebody. Maybe they fucking send him to Philadelphia so that they can at least get a trade off, so I can stop fucking hearing about Daryl Morey. Thus, if Harden leaves Brooklyn, presumably because the Nets fall short in their title quest for a second year, it likely would not be for a return to Houston. I didn't read the full report because it's paywalled. The Substack is paywalled, and I feel like I didn't need to, because at this point it just seems like there's a whole lot of nothing happening, and Colin is in chat saying they got to bump him. I don't know who you're referring to, Colin. I apologize. I really do. Oh, yes, he's going back to Houston, better strip clubs. I totally see that. I think, if Harden petitions the league office hard enough, he will get a team set up in Las Vegas. I feel like Harden would thrive in Las Vegas, especially because they got the Rams, but Derek Carr is not into any of that debaucherous stuff. I don't think either that, or if we really want to, talk about Harden's off the court activities, what if he forms a super duper team in Miami? I mean, look, if we're talking about strip clubs, come on, dude. If you haven't gone to Miami and experienced Miami nightlife, as someone who's not a partier, I don't enjoy like going out. I'm very introverted, I guess. Like, that scene in Miami is undefeated. It really is. I think overall, All I really have to say about this situation is that I think it's total bullshit for right now. It's just very convenient. I don't think that Harden is focused on anything right now aside from helping the Brooklyn Nets bring a championship. I feel that there aren't any players in the league. I mean, maybe not none, but there are very few players in the league who, when they are in season, I don't feel that they're looking beyond the summer because, like, truth be told, the Nets still have a very, very good shot to win the title this year, especially if they make a trade at the deadline. I saw Nick Claxton. There are reports that he is potentially going to get moved within the next month. I don't really foresee that either, unless, of course, they want to figure out a trade for Jeremy Grant because I fucking adore Jeremy Grant. Like, what really gets me about Nick Claxton is that he hasn't played that frequently, right? He had non-COVID illness to begin the year. He just gets. I feel like his conditioning is just simply not up to par with where it should be. You know, the non-COVID illness, his hamstring. Even when he was playing, it seemed like he was just a step behind. At least in the beginning of the season, I was very critical of him when, especially in that opening night loss till Milwaukee. I was ready to freak the fuck out. I thought I was gonna have a stroke watching Nick Claxton try to guard Giannis. But truth be told, Collins asking, what do the Brooklyn Nets need in a trade return right now, player health aside? See, this is a difficult question because when the team is fully healthy, I feel that their biggest issue is front court defense. So if we're just talking in a vacuum, Joe Harris, Patty Mills, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, James Harden, the offense is bulling straight up, not an issue. And then what do we have on the backside? We have Paul Millsap, Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, Day'Ron Sharpe, Kessler Edwards. Front court defense is the Nets' biggest issue right now. They need someone who can battle with all of the bigger guys in the East. I'm talking about Giannis, even though they can't trade for anyone who's going to defend Giannis that effectively unless it's Bam Adebayo. Like Giannis is incredible, right? Talk about Joel Embiid. I'm also ironically talking about Bam Adebayo. For whatever reason, the East is like full of these humongous dudes who are going to give the Nets fits in the playoffs. So you need someone who has good versatility on the outside, who has decent size, good wingspan. Somebody, again, maybe Jeremy Grant. I think Jeremy Grant would be a good fit for them right now. But the issue is, what are you sacrificing to bring in somebody like Jeremy Grant? Even before the season started, I was looking at the way the roster was constructed. And maybe I just have PTSD for being a Brooklyn Nets fan for so long. Of course, going through the 10 and 72 season, going through the whole saga where Billy King was basically like, I want the shells of Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. That was a fun saga. And then watching Paul Pierce get absolutely pissed and shitted on by LeBron James, that was fun. Dude, Nikola Vucevic, Colin. I'm sure you know, having covered New York sports in the past, for whatever reason, Nikola Vucevic is the Nets kryptonite. This dude just always pops off when he's playing the Nets. This man looks like Wilt Chamberlain, dropping in hook shots, running up and down the court, knocking down threes. The only time I saw Nikola Vucevic struggle against Brooklyn was when Chicago played them this past week or whenever the fuck it was. And weirdly enough, it was because Day'Ron Sharpe stepped up and was like, hey, listen, I'm a rookie. I don't know how big of a leash I'm going to have. And he was kind of just like, Day'Ron Sharpe was in fucking mode. He's like, I'm going to body up this big ass Bosnian dude or Serbian, whatever he is. And I'm just going to, not back down. And it worked. It worked quite effectively. Of course, there were some more issues that Chicago had that evening. And overall, I think what really helped in that instance was Brooklyn had someone to defend Vucevic one-on-one. And when you have a decent one-on-one defender, what it does for the rest of the team is that it makes helping way easier. That's why a team like Utah, for example, going back to just defending bigs, going back to Utah, oh, dude, Nurkic, oh, man. I remember Yusuf Nurkic before that injury, right? That catastrophic leg injury where like his shit just snapped. And I was watching this dude, and I seriously thought that Yusuf Nurkic had all the makings to take Portland to the next level. He was a terrific defender. I don't know his numbers right now. I'm actually gonna go and guy was averaging 2 blocks, 1.5 steals a game a couple years ago. Monster defender. His offense was really starting to evolve as well. He was turning into a very, very solid playmaker, too. Like, he was really filling the European big archetype. Someone who's, not very athletic, just big, bulky, lumbers around, but has just remarkable skill. And that was what I liked the most from Yusuf Nurkic. Claxton can defcate you, Nurkic. I don't want to say no because I think that it is feasible. I think if Portland wants to go younger, they're just going to trade everybody. So Nurk will be gone, Dame will be gone, CJ will be gone. I think as soon as you send one of those three guys away, it's a signal to be like, okay, we failed. And I don't know if Portland is ready to throw in the towel just yet because now you're getting fucked over by injuries to Nurkic, McCollum, Dame is going to be out for however long. I don't know, but listen, I'm all for the Brooklyn Nets benefiting from other general managers not understanding how to do their job. So if if they want to do that deal straight up, Nurkic for Clax, and then whoever the fuck the new GM is for Portland, I don't even know who it is. Oh, it's Joe Cronin. That's awesome. No relation, by the way, no relation to Joe Cronin. So if he does fuck this straight up, I will have no beef with him. Nurkic is expiring. I don't think they're paying him. Yeah, probably not. Although, if Portland has shown us anything in the past, it's that they're more than content to overpay guys that help keep the team mediocre. Like, straight up. Robert Covington's another guy who, like, the thing that gets me about Portland is that they were, like, in theory, they had this vision and they kind of executed it very well, bringing in Nurkic a couple years ago, Robert Covington, Norman Powell. I mean, Anthony Simons' development has been awesome as well. Larry Nance Jr. I just think that they really fucked up hiring Chauncey Billups. I I don't think that was a good thing that they did. Not because of all of the off-court shit that came along with Chauncey Billups, but because like you're contending for a title, or you think you're contending for a title. Why are you bringing in a rookie head coach? It was the same beef I had with Brooklyn when I learned that they were hiring Steve Nash. I'm like, what it like? And Steve Nash, not even that Steve Nash is a rookie head coach. Ow, fuck. But it's that he's a rookie head coach with no prior coaching experience. Like, if they brought in Becky Hammon, it would have been different. Okay, I would have understood that because I get it. Becky Hammon is a rookie head coach, or she would have been a rookie head coach, but she's been with the San Antonio Spurs for more than half a decade. She's coached under Greg Popovich. She's been with the team when they were good. She's been with the team when they've been shitty. It's just it's different. It's different when you bring in a coach who actually has coaching experience. I don't think that Chauncey Billups knew how to build a system around this team because just looking at it, how is Portland average offensively? 14th in points per game, 14th in pace. They don't really move. They don't do a lot of running, although they've never really been the quickest team. But they had athletes, and Neil O'Shea, fucking Terry Stotts, at least utilized them at some point. It's just I don't think Chauncey I don't think Chauncey was the guy because this same team, this same Portland Trailblazers team was better last season. Granted, I'm kind of overlooking the injuries that they're dealing with now, but listen, like Chauncey Billups is not it, dog. I'm sorry. Like if they really wanted to bring in Chauncey Billups, they should have just started the rebuild a little early cuz I mean, you bring in a new coach, you bring in a new general manager. Granted, the situation with Neil Olshey was kind of not the best I would say with the whole toxic workplace environment, and then you bring in Joe Cronin, who again I have no relation to. It would have been better suited for a rebuilding team.